Welcome to Rambling Media, the only show.
We've already done that bit. Okay. Well, that's what we're doing that now. Welcome, and we're back again. My name...
Are you okay?
No. Okay, so we...
Help me, please.
Midnight needs help. Maybe someone grab him a coffee or something.
I would love a coffee, for real.
Ooh, fun fact. Coffee doesn't actually wake you up. It blocks the receptors in your brain that tell you you're tired.
It also opens up your blood vessels, which makes you have more oxygen, so that means your brain can process things faster.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're saying that theoretically, if someone was going into anaphylactic shock, if you gave them a lot of coffee...
No, it would kill them.
Oh wait, no, that's air. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought that would apply to your windpipes as well.
No, coffee's a stimulator, so no, I would not recommend that.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's...
Also, good luck them consuming anything whilst in anaphylactic shock.
Well, depends on how we're talking about consuming, because if you just inject, like, straight caffeine into their bloodstream...
I feel like that could kill them.
Yeah, that...
Well, it depends where you inject them. Because...
the lethal dose is like 200 milligrams or something.
Yeah.
Wait, no, sorry. No.
Why don't we just bring back the tobacco resuscitator
Sorry.
while we're at
200
it?
milligrams is the maximum safe dose before you start having adverse effects immediately.
I feel like most people...
It's 2 grams that's the actual lethal dose.
I feel like the way most people consume caffeine, they'd probably need a bathroom break before they got to that point.
It would be more than just a bathroom break. Their stomach would start just vomiting up everything that they were trying to consume.
Now, my point is, I don't think they'd get to that point. That's way too much liquid.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff that I have to deal with. Hello everyone, welcome to Rambling Media. We're keeping all of this in for the intro, because if you have to suffer through that... Well, if I have to suffer through that, then so do you.
You are a mean person.
I know. So, welcome back, and I feel like we need to stop here before it continues to get off track again.
You can't go off track.
What are
We
you
were never
punching me
on
for?
track.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, why are you blaming Switch for this? This has been me and Sherlock, mostly.
Well, I was just pointing for effect. But we do have to get back into the episode. Well, we have to actually start the episode.
We do need to start the episode. The episode never started.
Because at some point we actually have to record something rather than just talk about whatever we wanted.
I mean, that is technically all our episodes, but I get your point. And I get to enjoy being the most easily identifiable voice as the only woman in the group. Hooray!
Yay! So, I'm Midnight. Over here we have Sherlock.
Hello there.
We have Switch.
Howdy.
And the only person who keeps this scene alive, Bluejay.
G'day! He says that because I'm the only one who makes notes on anything. So
Yeah.
I'm the only one who does the research.
So, on that note... It wasn't even that funny.
I don't know why that was.
Stupid.
I don't know why that was funny. Why was that funny?
Yeah. So what are we doing
I
today?
think we're all just really tired.
Aren't we always? Anyway, so I've decided to do a show called The Librarians. Now, I'm doing the American show, The Librarians. I believe there is an Australian one that has no basis or relation to this show beyond the same title.
Wasn't the Librarians, like, Australian show based off a British show?
Possibly?
Because I feel like that would be the case, because a lot of Australian TV ends up being based off a British.
Not
Property.
necessarily. Depends on what you're watching.
So, what's the Librarians about?
Okay. Going straight into it then.
Straight for the drug dealer.
Yeah, so The Librarians is a completed series. There's 4 seasons, and it involves a group of people who work in a magical library and basically their job is to, like, stop bad things from happening in like a magic sense. So they stop people who are misusing it. They stop magical things from hurting other people. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
You look lost already, Sherlock.
No, it reminded me of a different property. That's all.
Do tell.
Which one?
In essence, it reminds me a bit of Grimm.
Fair enough, except it's a lot lighthearted, and for Doctor Who fans, there's kind of a TARDIS vibe in that the library is impossibly massive.
Is it also sentient or sapient?
Yeah, it is sentient.
Oh,
To an extent, yes. It is very much aware.
Okay.
So yes, a conscious magical library. They also have something called a clipping book that alerts them to magical threats.
Right, okay.
Via just like, it's a massive book, and when a new magic threat arrives, a newspaper clipping just shows up in it.
So it's basically a future reading book.
Kind of, yeah, but apparently clipping books were actually a thing at one point without the magic, so... Because, yeah, I don't know the story behind that.
It's probably a detective thing.
No, I think it's a library thing.
Oh.
Because libraries do often collect newspapers because they are information.
True.
So yes, it helps to keep track of historical events. These days, newspapers, I believe, are incredibly biased, but that's beside the point.
Okay, we're not going to go into that tangent.
We are not getting political.
Okay.
I refuse to. Besides, I don't watch or read the news, so I can't really comment.
Okay. Not going there. Yeah. I was just like, we're not going political.
It's going to happen.
But also, you went in going political.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
It's going to happen eventually. It's just how long we can stave it off for.
Okay.
Again, I don't watch
Yeah.
or read newspapers or read the news, so I can't really comment.
Okay, so this library...
I forbid you from yawning because then you'll make me yawn, and then we'll all start yawning, and then we're all just gonna fall asleep.
So no, this whole library, right? You've got
Yeah.
the magical items that they're keeping and looking after. Like, what?
Would you like some examples?
Yeah. What's the point of the library, and
Well,
what do they keep?
everything and anything and everything. They have the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay.
They have Excalibur.
Nice.
They have the Crown of King Arthur. They have the Spear of Destiny.
So that's why we never found them.
They have the Loch Ness Monster.
So at that point, it's just a museum, not really a library.
No, there are like shelves and shelves of books. It is a library.
Do they have the Necronomicon?
I don't know. It's never brought up. Possibly. Actually, I'm gonna go with more probably.
Yeah, it's probably in the section that they're like, no, don't go there.
They have a room full of time machines.
Ooh.
How many time machines must be in that room for there to be a room dedicated to them?
Quite a few.
That's worrying.
Yes.
Have they ever used them?
What?
Okay. Is that episode interesting at all, or?
It is actually,
I should probably ask, like, what type of story is Librarians? Is it more episodic, as in, like, just a different plot every single episode? Does it have an overarching story?
a
Or is it
little
kind of
bit of both. Like, it's mostly episodic, but there is also, each season has their own overarching storyline, like something that's mostly happening in the background, but it starts in the first episode and concludes in the last episode of each season.
Oh, okay, so every episode normally has a self-contained plot.
Mostly, yes.
But also, between every episode, there is an overarching plot for the season.
Yes.
There's a follow-through? Is that the term that I'm looking for?
I don't know what term you're looking for, so possibly.
Pull-through? That might be. No, it doesn't sound right.
No, I've got no idea what you're on about. None.
Cool. So you said there's librarians, right? How many
Yeah.
are there?
Okay, this is where it gets a little complicated. So, I'm going to start. I'll just tell you the characters as I've written them down in my notes. So, we start with Flynn Carson. He's the guy in charge. He's kind of the fly in, fly out character. We don't always see him. We see him in the first 2 episodes, the last episode, and there's usually one in the middle that we see him, but he's not usually around.
So he's the head of the department, basically.
Pretty much, yes. But yeah, he's the guy in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Knows it's funny that we were talking about Sherlock Holmes earlier because comparisons can be made with a couple of differences. Very chaotic, possibly with autism and ADHD, given how he acts.
Mm-hmm.
Knows just about everything, is a little bit of a show-off.
Possibly on drugs.
No, he's definitely not on drugs.
Okay.
I don't want to think about Flynn Carson on drugs, that's terrifying.
I think he's just kind of chilling out, to be real.
There are times where it looks like he needs it.
Yeah, so...
But yeah, Flynn Carson is the one who, during the season, he's in the background taking care of the overarching plot.
Okay,
So that's his thing.
And how about everybody else?
Okay, first up we have Eve Baird, and she is something called a guardian. So she's like she handles most of the physical stuff, so she does most of the fighting, that kind of stuff. Very, very smart in her own way. Used to be head of the NATO counter-terrorism force.
Like the actual NATO.
Yes.
That is a wild backstory.
It really is. So,
Is she your focus character? Like the person that they follow each episode, or?
there isn't really a single focused character. Like, they all have their backstories and interesting stuff, but yeah, so she's an anti-terrorism expert, knows a lot about fighting, and because she's been a lot of travelling over the world, she's also multilingual, which helps.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's a big planner as well, for obvious reasons. So yeah, she's the tactician, she's the fighter.
Right, okay.
Then we go to the quote-unquote caretaker, who's, again, doesn't do a lot in terms of actual mission work. He looks after the library while everyone else is busy. His name is Jenkins. At least it is now. We find out during the show that he is actually Galahad, and he is immortal.
Oh, okay.
So yes,
Also, you said something about missions as well, like...
I'll get to that. So yeah, and Jenkins spends most of his time looking after the artifacts. He also experiments with them at times as well.
Try and work out their limits.
Like
Yeah,
in a good way or a bad way?
in a good way. He is 100% a good guy. But I don't know if it's just because he was immortal or because he has issues, but he's not the nicest guy. He's like a grumpy old guy. Because it's weird, he's immortal, but he still looks older.
So he still
Yeah.
ages, but he can live forever.
I don't have an explanation.
Either that or he just like reached a certain age before he became immortal, or
Never explained. Anywho, that brings us into the 3 librarians. Okay, we have Jacob Stone, and each of the 3 librarians have different areas of expertise. So Jacob Stone handles history, art, and architecture. Really interesting background. From Oklahoma, I believe. So, country guy, used to work at a oil rig thing that his dad owns.
Mhm.
Incredibly stubborn, very black and white worldview. And experienced bar fighter. So he's a country guy.
Okay.
I say this not knowing much about the American countryside.
And you say that with like that there's fighting in this, as in, is there like they're fighting magical things with just by their bare hands, or they're like
Sometimes, not always, but again, I'll get to that. I'll get through the characters first.
Mhm.
Then we have Cassandra Killian. Her areas are maths and science. What is that expression for?
It wasn't an expression. Don't worry about it.
Okay. She quote unquote dabbles in magic, so she likes to do magic as well.
Mhm.
She's something called synesthete. Do I need to explain what that is?
yes, because Synesty is also a Pokemon, and that is only what I'm going to think about.
Anyone else know what a synesthete is, or do I need to explain it?
Oh, Sinistade.
Synesthete.
Sinistede.
Deed.
I'm still not familiar with it, I don't think.
Okay, synesthesia is when...
Oh.
Yeah, synesthesia.
Okay, yeah, I do know what
Got
that
it
is.
now?
Oh, right.
Yes. Because there's a Pokemon called Sinistee, which is a ghost.
Teacup.
But it's a teacup, but that's possessed.
A possessed teacup is a Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to explain what synesthesia is?
It's when two senses are linked, which can, say, for example, you can taste colours or see music, or some other two of the five senses are linked in a way that
Or,
is
or
usually...
like hear text or something, yeah.
It usually expresses itself as more prominently in artists, because the people who, say, for example, can taste colours will go into the food industry. People who can see music will end up making music.
Cassandra Killian has all five senses crossed.
That's terrifying.
That sounds like hell.
She has a brain tumour.
That explains a lot.
Is that the reason for the senses being crossed? Or?
That is the theory.
Huh.
Do they play it off the synesthesia as like a cool thing that like you have all five senses linked at once, or is it like no, this is a nightmare?
It depends on the circumstances, because it really helps with certain aspects, but it can also cause problems as well. Like, you know, she gets headaches, she gets nosebleeds, so...
That just sounds like, you know, how TV shows and movies portray cancer patients.
Yeah, that's fair, but there's upsides and there's downsides. She is off the charts intelligent.
Hmm.
And then we have Ezekiel Jones. He does technology. He is also a thief.
Great.
And most people in this room will get this. He's young, and he's Australian. And he's a guy. So he's a smartass.
A sarcastic
That checks
smartass.
out.
Oh, definitely. And a bit of an egomaniac as well, so... Yeah, he's got a really big ego.
Is it in like an endearing way or in a that's annoying kind of way? Please write this guy out of the show.
It's a toss-up. It depends on how... Because, it depends on your tolerance, really, because he doesn't usually do it too much, but every now and then it gets annoying.
Okay.
So it depends on the episode.
Right, okay. And what does he do?
He does technology, and again, he's a thief, so there are instances where they need to break into places.
So he's also the stealth expert.
Yes.
Yeah. So does that also mean that part of his job is collecting stuff for the library?
Well, they all do that, so...
Yeah.
But he's the one who, if you need to break into a museum to be able to get it done...
Oh, you definitely... there was an episode where it's revealed that instead of tricking retinal scans, he hacks into the company that makes the scanners and adds his own retinal scan. So all he needs to do is just scan his own eyeball and he's in.
I mean, that's a pretty easy way to do it.
Yep.
That's a... How would they have such poor security when they're a security company?
Well, again, this is the thing about the librarians. They're all, like, crazy smart.
That sounds kind of like... This is kind of reminding me of, like... Did
Like-
you ever see Squid Game?
No, I didn't. It didn't look like my thing. But you're like, Cassandra Killian didn't go to college because of her tumor. Ezekiel didn't go because he's Ezekiel. But Jacob Stone did go to university, and he's got, like, multiple degrees on, like, at various different universities around the world, so...
Does he have doctorates in most of them?
Yes.
Yike.
And how does one end up in the library? Because, like, obviously they're all there, and they're all geniuses, so how did they... And I'm assuming the library exists...
The library invites them.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an...
So it's a recruiting basis, so...
So it's literally basically a sorting hat with a...
Kind of, but, you know, they send people magic envelopes.
Oh.
So you see this happen with Eve. Like, a white envelope just slips throughout a door, says, you have been invited, because, like, to apply for a position at this library. What?
It just makes me wonder, why would these people who have, like, incredible skills receive a letter that says, you've been applied for a position at a library, and immediately go, yes, I will take this position at this library, when they could probably get a job working, like multiple thousands of dollars.
Well,
Curiosity.
I will put it like this. These three guys that I just mentioned actually were brought into the library due to events that happened in the first episode. Flynn and Eve are the only ones that got letters, because before the show, it was only ever one librarian at a time. The librarian dies, another one is called to take his place.
Huh.
And so now they've got multiple...
Now they have multiples.
Is
Because,
it-
quite honestly, I always thought the one librarian at a time was...
Questionable.
Yes.
Yeah,
Especially as they receive no training whatsoever.
yeah, I getcha.
That means they would probably pick someone that dies within the first couple of weeks, and then have to pick another one.
I feel like that is a possibility that could happen, yes.
That's probably when they...
Mind you, that's usually what the Guardian is supposed to do. The Guardian is supposed to protect the librarian.
Right.
So yes, Guardian protects the librarian.
Huh.
Okay. And so...
Mind you, if you don't have a Guardian, you're fucked.
I mean, what about the rest of the character? Like, is there any other characters that need to be introduced? Or?
No, I've mentioned the main ones, and now that brings me to the villains.
The villains.
Yep. Because each season, there's 4 seasons, have, like, their main overarching villain. Like, some of them have their own individual... Some episodes have their own individual villains, but each season has their main
Overarching.
villains that fall into the overarching plots.
Mm-hmm. So...
So, season 1, we have Dulac and Lamia. Dulac is Lancelot, for those of you playing at home.
Okay.
I think that might be his actual last name in the mythology, but I don't remember. I'm not an expert in Arthurian legend, I'll be honest.
What do they do in the plot?
Well, they lead something called the Serpent Brotherhood, and their goal is actually pretty simple. They want to bring magic back into the world.
They want everyone to...
Because how it works is, in this world, magic has slowly been dying off as technology increases and has sort of been flowing into artifacts, and they want to increase the amount of wild magic in the world, I guess.
So basically they're trying to delete technology to be able to bring back magic?
I guess so, yeah.
So does that mean they don't want the library around as well, or they want to take stuff from the library to take it back into the world?
I'm honestly not sure. But they have some really weird ways of doing it.
Okay. What are some of the ways they do it?
Well, the main one, the weirdest one in my opinion is, there's, in this world Santa Claus is real,
Of course.
but he's kind of different than he is in most stories.
What are you more
Is
like
it
Krampus?
Yeah.
Thankfully, no.
Same
But
brain.
what he does is different.
Yeah.
Basically, in this instance, he's like an avatar of goodwill. So what he does is, during the year, he travels the world, participating in acts of good deeds, I guess. And on Christmas, he sort of ascends and recharges the world's karmic battery, I guess.
Right. So
So
What-
basically, the Serpent Brotherhood's plan is to kill him before he can and release all that energy into the world.
can
So
I,
they want you to kill Santa Claus.
can I ask what a karmic battery is?
It's like...
Because I think that's already a term. It's like
That's the term they use, but it's like...
the MacGuffin.
No, it's more like... It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like, you know, recharging our hope or our goodwill or what have you.
Okay.
So you're saying like he ascends and that goodwill disperses back into like everyday people or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's basically nuclear fallout.
What?
Not really, because
Like
nobody
when a
dies.
nuclear bomb goes up, like when the radiation just is carried by the wind.
That is a very weird... That is very weird.
Well, that's the first thing I thought of.
It's a
Mind
very
you, I
morbid-
have been-
Anywho...
Mind you, I have been going down like nuclear-powered rabbit hole recently, but that's beside the point.
You should probably stop that.
It's nuclear rabbit hole with a nuclear missile with lip laugh love on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's move on from season 1.
That's the first season. Okay.
That was season 1.
So their whole plot is kill Santa.
That was one episode.
That was just one episode.
Yeah.
The first episode?
No.
Oh,
I just
that
think-
would have been. That would have.
I think that would be funny.
That would
Yeah.
that would be amazing if that was like right off the gate. Let's kill Santa. What an introduction!
Yeah, one of the episodic things in season 1 has labyrinth under a skyscraper in Boston.
Why
Right.
Boston of all places?
I don't know, because that's where the company who built it is based.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, on to season 2 for the villains. We have Prospero and Moriarty. So, this is where we are introduced fictional characters brought to life. So, there are 2 ways apparently fictional characters can come to life. Either they are brought forth by someone else, or a character is like really, really popular and like there's like
Bless you.
some kind of energy brings them into the real world.
So basically, magical fandom.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like Santa Claus, but if you write a really good story, then it becomes true. Actually, isn't that kind of like the plot of Recreators?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know what that is.
It's an anime series where a bunch of like in-universe fictional properties get brought out into the real world and then start fighting each other.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it'll be like
So it's like a larger scale version of Indian in the Cupboard. If anyone remembers that movie,
No, never saw it.
what?
maybe that'll be one I do. Well, actually,
Do
that's
it.
a reasonably popular movie.
I feel like
But-
I feel like it's fairly forgotten. at
So-
this point.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, how many people
basic
talk
cliff
about
note-
Indian in the
basic
Cupboard?
synopsis is that there's this little.
Save it for... No, you have something to do an episode
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Save
yeah,
it! You finally have an episode topic. Let's save it!
I'm just more surprised that you hadn't heard of that one. That's a pretty classic kids movie, but
There are lots of classic movies that I have never heard of.
Granted, I'm not one to talk. I hadn't seen like 90% of the 2D Disney movies before we
We are learning
began,
yes.
began a forced marathon that
It
Bluejay
wasn't a
has set
forced
me up.
marathon. We all agreed to it.
Let's move on. Let's
We
move
all.
on.
No, I'm not dropping this. We all agreed to it. Take it back. I did not force you into anything.
Yep. But
No, I'll save that one for later.
no. Okay. Brief research. You can absolutely do an episode on it.
Yeah, alright, that
It-
seems like a good one.
It was a box office bomb, so
There we
Okay,
go.
no wonder. Okay, never mind.
Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, Prospero was the main character from Shakespeare's The Tempest. He is a wizard. Moriarty, for anyone who is living under a rock, is the archenemy of Sherlock Holmes.
hi, it's me, guy under the rock here. What's Sherlock Holmes? So
If anyone
For the
genuinely
benefit of the audience,
who
yes.
doesn't know who Sherlock Holmes is? Someone else explain him.
Well, no, they might know.
Actually,
they might know.
ask Sherlock.
Yeah,
yeah,
they might know. Here's the thing: they might know the name, but not much else. Maybe the hat too, but like.
No, that's
In-
stupid fucking hat.
In essence, master detective of about the 15? Oh wait, no,
1800s.
1800s. Who was basically the
1500s.
my brain was
He'd be
goop-
part of the Spanish Inquisition.
He
at that
would
point.
be.
nobody suspects the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, no.
He
An,
fought
ulti-
off the Spanish Armada.
an alternate universe Sherlock Holmes, like where he's an Inquisitor, would actually be awesome, to be honest. But-
I mean, they'd find actual Catholics if they did that.
yeah.
Was that what they were after? What was the Spanish Inquisition looking for?
It wasn't the.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, actually.
What were they doing?
I'm pretty sure they
We
were
are
basically doing a crusade.
We are so off track.
We are very far off track.
Okay, so
Let's recenter.
while Midnight is looking up what the Spanish Inquisition were after, basically what Prospero is doing is trying to increase his powers, and eventually he tries to turn London into a forest.
As in the city of London into a forest.
Yes. Like in Doctor Who. And
Madman.
Moriarty is kind of an interesting character because you never really know what side he's on. Because Moriarty was brought forth into the real world by Prospero. Technically, Prospero controls him. Moriarty being Moriarty isn't overly happy about that.
Moriarty being Moriarty will betray him trying to get freedom.
He swings back and forth between sides. Also, I think he has a bit of a thing for Eve.
Really?
Oh, he likes her. That said, I don't know the name of the actor who portrays him, but he is quite charming, and while I'm not a great judge of this, I'd say he's quite attractive.
Now you've got me.
Now you're looking him up.
You're looking
like-
him up, aren't you?
I was planning on it, but then I refrained. I'll do it later.
Fair enough. How did your searching of the Spanish Inquisition go?
Oh yeah.
Did you forget that's what you were doing?
Yes.
I did forget that was what I was doing.
Okay, fine. I'll go into season 3 then, where we have Apep and Dosa.
Ape as in the Egyptian god.
Correct.
Ah. As in the actual one in the context of the story? Or?
Yes. He is the
Interesting.
actual Egyptian god of chaos. DOSA is an acronym completely unrelated to APEP. It is the Department of Statistical Anomalies. What we always knew was going to happen is the American government getting involved with magic. So,
MK Ultra again.
APEP wants to release pure evil into the world. DOSA wants to take over the library.
And
Okay.
then
Because being the American government, I'm just assuming they're thinking of all the stuff that could be used as weapons.
or a time machine to be able to eliminate all of their enemies.
The time machines, I believe, were all dismantled. The only one that was functional was destroyed upon use.
But they could probably reverse engineer them eventually.
I really hope not.
So, Okay, so one wants to spread evil throughout the whole world. Like, what does that mean?
Well, like, it's specifically said as pure evil, which is like a force unto itself, which was apparently locked up in the library.
Okay.
So it's basically they want to just...
So
He's the god of chaos, so he wants to spread chaos.
yeah, he's not a big fan of that half baked deal. So evil. Doesn't like the home brand stuff.
Sure, let's go with that.
He wants the gourmet evil.
Having fun, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
How'd your Googling go?
With the Spanish Inquisition?
Yes!
Yeah, I don't even remember what we were trying to talk about with the Spanish Inquisition, so
You don't need to remember, you just need to look it up!
just look up what the Spanish Inquisition
What it was
is.
about.
Yes,
Yeah.
what
Why-
were they doing?
Why was the Spanish Inquisition...
You do that, I will go on to season 4. So, season 4, I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, is the weakest of the seasons.
Usually is the case.
Sorry, hit the mic.
Yeah. So, season 4, we have a woman named Nicole. She used to be a guardian of the library. She is now also immortal. She got trapped in the Tudor area, I believe, when she got caught in the blast of an exploding time machine.
Rough.
So, I think she was upset that no one came to rescue her, because Nicole used to be Flynn's former guardian, but the thing is, Flynn thought she died. So you can imagine, I think it was like 500 years, ruminating on the fact that she thought she'd been abandoned. She wants to destroy the library.
So the so the Guardian is like the other guy that gets invited along with the...
Yes, the guardian's almost
Okay.
like a bodyguard.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was thinking that, like, the Guardian was like this eldritch being that was native to the library that protects them.
No.
Okay, because that explains why the librarian would even die at all. So...
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me, I meant to mention, you know how I said Excalibur was in the library?
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur's alive.
As in-
yeah,
He
Yeah,
can-
that's pretty typical.
that
he-
checks out.
He can fly. On his own.
So, like, is it still a sword, or
It is still a sword.
can it transform into a person too?
No. What it can do is bark like a dog.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
Okay,
One
no,
of the
you can't
boys.
you can't skim over that part. We need context.
Seriously.
Is it literally like the soul of a dog trapped in a sword?
It's never explained. He just makes a barking sound.
With that dog.
He just... And
He got the dog in
he,
him.
he whines like a dog as well.
Because he got that dog.
And, like, seriously, at one point, when Flynn's trying to get Excalibur to go to him, he literally holds up his hand and says, "Cal, come." And the sword just flies into his hand.
Cal, come.
Pretty much, yeah.
So wait,
So, yeah, the sword is like a fucking dog. It is hilarious, though.
that's horrifying.
Can it wag? If it, like the sword
It
bends,
doesn't
does it
go
wag?
that far.
Disappointed.
So it does wag it?
No, it doesn't wag its tail.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It just makes the sounds.
rough.
Uh,
Okay. Also,
Just do your Googling.
yeah, I looked into it.
Thank you!
The whole point, as far as I can tell, of the Spanish Inquisition was to maintain Catholic orthodoxy.
so it's basically another crusade.
Just,
Against the Protestants.
Yeah, I was gonna say
specifically,
this.
yeah.
I think this is fighting the Protestants.
Yeah.
well, also Jews and Muslims.
As I said, basically another crusade.
Yeah.
So they were discriminating and not discriminating at the same time? In that they just hated everyone.
that
Yeah.
wasn't Catholic. Yeah.
What a shock.
Nobody suspects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, I've heard that. What is that even from? That's a Monty Python thing.
Yeah,
Yes, it
I
is.
think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they use pillars for torture in that one?
I
It's been
don't
a while.
I don't remember. Probably
I swear they used pillars.
not the most insane thing that the group behind Monty Python have come up with.
I'm aware.
You know, poisoning pigeons in the park.
Is that Monty Python?
Is that?
I think that was made by one of the creators of Monty Python.
That would surprise me. I mean, my favourite Monty Python movie will always be The Holy Grail.
That's fair.
I couldn't get through I didn't get into Life of Brian. I
That's
saw it. Wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Just didn't really like it.
No, I agree.
It's kind of an acquired taste, that one.
Most of Monty Python is an acquired taste.
Fair enough, although, for some reason, the internet has adopted the majority of their humour in recent years.
recent.
But I mean, there are worse things you could be adopting.
Recent.
Okay, it's become mainstream in recent years. Like, it used to just be, like, fringe, like, 4chan, like, corners of YouTube type stuff.
Did it?
Or in, like, the occasional obscure meme you saw, but...
Maybe it's just my childhood, but I thought
Yeah.
Monty Python's been popular for ages.
the
Yes.
show itself has been popular, but...
Series of movies and show.
Yeah.
And...
I really should watch that show.
Okay. Poison Peaches in the Park was written by Tom Lehrer. He's an American musician, singer, songwriter, and satirist. He has nothing to do with Monty Python.
There we go.
He was born in the 20s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Good, good song though.
yeah.
Wait, who's this?
Tom Lehrer.
He wrote a song called "Poisoning Pigeons in the Park."
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're on season... Is this season 4 for the final season? So
Yeah, and with the villains, like, their plans are the overarching plots, because every now and then we look at trying to stop them. And those are really the overarching plots that continue through the season.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're very stereotypical villains. Like in the over the top evil plans that
I'm not sure what you were expecting from one
Yeah.
where one of the premises is killing Santa. But
Yeah, he's got a point.
yeah.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, from what it sounds, how you described it, it just kind of sounds like the type of plot where they could have probably swapped seasons 3 and 4 around. Because because from season 3, having a god of chaos trying to get pure evil out into the world, and the American government trying to take over the library for their own gain.
Yeah, they really could have swapped
Yeah.
the main villains of 4 and 3.
Because, like, that...
Yeah, no,
Because, that, like, season 3 sounds really hard to top.
yeah, it was actually. Yeah, season 3 I think was one of the better ones. Mind you, season 4 did have some good episodes.
I getcha.
So, each season also has a subplot which gives Flynn a reason for not being around.
Okay.
Because I remember I mentioned he's not around much.
Yep. So
So, in the first season, because the library is, like, in its own little pocket dimension tethered to the real world at a specific location.
is it always at the location?
Yes.
Huh.
So in season 1, the subplot is the tether is cut, and the library is lost, and Flynn has to go find it so he can anchor it back to the real world.
Okay. I also have another question. Like, for all the librarians and the actions they do, how do they know that that's what they're supposed to do in the library?
What do you mean?
As in, because the library has gotten these librarians and chosen them to come.
well, I think from the sounds of it, the library's only want or wish is for it to not be destroyed. I don't think it goes beyond that.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. So how that works is, there's, the people are invited in for an interview with human staff. So there's 2 other people I haven't really mentioned because they're not really in the show much. But they're the guys who handle the refined part of the selection process, I guess.
So they're basically
Oh.
doorstops from getting access to magical world.
I'll get to that. So, yeah, that's season 1 subplot. Season 2, after they find the library and re-anchor it to the real world, the library is now out of order and missing artifacts. So Flynn goes to find the artifacts that are missing.
Right.
Expected.
So is he like dimension hopping to try and find them, or is he like just
No, he's finding where, because apparently they're just vanishing, so he goes to find them. There is no dimension hopping.
okay? It's because
Well,
if the library's not tethered to the world, it kind of sounds like it's a different dimension.
No, they do. They find it and re-tether it at the end of season 1. So
Okay.
we're in season 2 now.
Okay, but the fact that it got untethered and retethered implies that there are other dimensions that the library could have ended up at.
There are, but we don't know where. I think it ended up in the void.
So, like, when it was retethered, does that mean it became, like, a physical location on Earth, or was
Not-
there just, like, a doorway to it?
There's just like a doorway to it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm about to say it was connected to Earth, not...
Yeah, it's way too big to be in one specific location.
So it literally is the TARDIS.
Pretty much, yeah. Except it doesn't move.
Well, I mean, clearly it can, if tethering works, but...
It's true, but once it's tethered, that's it. That's where it
Yeah.
is. Anyway,
Yeah.
Season 3, and this is where we learn a bit more about, like, we do meet these people a little while, but, like, in Season 1, we meet these people called, Charlene and Judson. They're the guys that handle the hiring, amongst other things. They're, like, the super in charge people, I guess, because apparently they were the originals, like the original Librarian and original Guardian, so they're like thousands of years old. So, already Judson's technically dead, so he's not important. I'm not going to talk to him about much. Charlene's still around. In Season 3, the subplot is... because Charlene went missing when the library tether was cut. In Season 3, Flynn goes to find it. Because apparently she will know how to fight Apep, because she fought him before.
Okay.
Did I lose anyone yet?
A little bit.
Now,
Not
hang on a
not
minute. How many
completely.
times has Apep come back in recent history, then?
This is the only other time.
Oh, this is the immortal one, is it?
This is a god of chaos.
Yes.
No, not Apep, the other one that has fought him before.
Yeah, Charlene. Yes, she's
So
immortal.
Okay, so she was also in ancient Egypt or something when it...
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, because that's something I should probably mention. The library started out as, Anyone here know the name of a really famous library?
Alexandria.
Well done.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
So that was like the main entrance to that library?
Originally.
What that was the original library, and then it kept growing and growing and growing until it gained sentience and got into its own pocket dimension. It was a whole thing.
Huh.
Right.
So it started off as a physical library.
So once the actual real-life library of Alexandria burnt down, it got disconnected from its location and had to relocate?
I assume so, yes, but again, not 100% sure. Mine's a bit fuzzy. So yep, that's Season 3.
Okay.
And Season 4, Flynn gets kidnapped by Nicole.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Because Flynn's actually in Season 4 a lot more. He gets kidnapped halfway through.
Oh, okay. So he...
And is like brainwashed or something?
No, he's just kidnapped. And we don't see him again until the finale.
Interesting.
Okay, so this brings me into my favourite episode of each season.
Mm-hmm.
So, Season 1, we have something called The Fables of Doom. All these episodes have really great
Titles.
titles, by the way, yep. So we're in a small town, and fairy tales are coming to life and attacking people. So,
What sort of fairy tales? We talking like?
Well,
Like the original fairy tales? 'Cause-
not that dark.
Ah.
Sorry. Well, we start off with, like they do the Three Billy Goats graph, so small car, medium car, big truck gets pulled off a bridge by a troll. They do the Emperor's New Clothes, and we just see the mayor running naked around town. That was not needed.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like key characters from those fairy tales. Like, for some reason, those fairy tales are being reenacted by people. Is that what's happening?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They do a Little Red Riding Hood where a girl is swallowed by a wolf.
Okay.
And the main guys do get pulled into this in some surprising ways, some obvious ways.
Oh.
Well, Jacob Stone is the huntsman. That one's pretty obvious. Eve Bed is a princess, which does not fit her character at all. Because she's like, the tough soldiering type. Cassandra Killian is Prince Charming.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty then.
I'm pretty sure she's bi.
Yo, got the bi queen.
Well, there is an episode in season 3 which has her making out with a woman.
Bi queen. Let's go.
Hey, I respect it. But yeah, and
Okay.
Ezekiel is the, he's the rogue, he's the thief. He's basically playing himself.
What about Robin Hood?
Not a fairy tale.
Technically true.
Surprisingly, I don't think he comes up in this show.
Disappointing.
That is a missed opportunity.
That is a very big missed opportunity.
Yes. So yeah, that is an... Yeah, it turns out it's like this, it's this, book called the Libris Fabula, where, you read the stories from it and the stories come to life.
Okay, so... Oh, as in, is it, every story in there? Or is it just, specific stories that you read and come to life?
Starts off with normal stories, but apparently as the book gets stronger, you can start making changes, and that's how they eventually win.
So you can erase things and add things.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you could add...
So, again, kind of stereotypical ending, because the thing about the book is, in order to get stronger, it feeds off the life of people. And the guy who was reading it, because apparently it makes the reader more stronger, while it takes life energy from people listening, eventually he gets stopped and he gets sucked into the book.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, kind of stereotypical there, but still fun episode, because I like fairy tales.
Does he kind of get, a bit of a power trip as well, like the person who was reading it?
Yeah. Because he's like this old guy, works in the local library, is like, oh, do you know how it's like to grow old and be forgotten by people? I was like, poor you.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
Yes.
You had your time.
Yes, you got to live a long life, poor you. But
Kind
still.
of his fault if he didn't do anything substantial enough to be remembered, to be honest, if he had all that time.
Okay, we're not going to blame people for that.
No.
Well, no.
Also, people
I mean,
shouldn't have to do noteworthy things to be remembered,
No,
especially
I'm
in
not
a
saying-
small town.
I'm not saying as a rule, like we should shame people for not being I mean, if you're going to actively bitch about not being remembered, then why don't you do something?
I mean, that's fair if you're going to complain about
Yeah.
it. That's about something that's really your own fault. Anyway, season 2, we have the Happily Ever After. So this is the penultimate episode of this season.
Okay.
Eve, Jacob, Cassandra, and Ezekiel get trapped in again another small town. We really like our small towns in this show. And they're trapped in a fantasy where they're all living their quote unquote dream lives, and Flynn has to go rescue them. Their dream lives are really hilarious, by the way.
Bizarre.
They make sense and don't make sense at the same time. Like, Jacob, he's like... he's kind of like Indiana Jones in a way. Like, he protects historical sites, but he also teaches 11 different subjects at a local university.
So his dream is basically to be a professor and a historical preserver.
Pretty much, yeah, but again, he's teaching 11 different subjects and protecting historical sites, so when he finds the time to eat or sleep, I have no idea.
Simple, he doesn't.
Probably not,
Are
no.
some of these dream lives meant to be like ironic subversions of who they appear to be in characters?
Well, Ezekiel's in the FBI.
Of all things.
I know, it's fucking hilarious. Cassandra is apparently she was an astronaut?
Was
Right.
or wanted to be?
She was.
Okay.
And Eve's like the local sheriff.
Rootin' tootin' gunslinging.
Kind of. And yeah, Flynn has to go and rescue them, which is... It's funny to watch.
It sounds insane.
Oh, it is. It's really funny, but yes. That's my favourite. Okay, season 3. We have The Curse of Cindy.
Okay. And what-
Cindy spelt.
Cindy.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
else would you pronounce that name? How else would you spell that name? I feel like I've
Yeah.
stumped you with this question.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a hard question.
Yeah, there's not really any other... Well, that's... When I hear Cindy, that, like, I would imagine that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, how else would you... which just makes me ask, why are you asking me how to spell it? How else would you spell it? I feel like I've broken your brain.
I'm just really tired and dyslexia is hitting me in the head real hard.
That's fine.
And I just zoned out for a second. What was your spelling again?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cindy.
Thank you!
Yeah, with a
Good
C,
to know
yeah, that's-
someone was listening!
Yeah, no, actually, no, yeah. I would still, like, in my mind, I'd still spell that with a C, but maybe instead of a Y, I usually picture IE at the end, but...
Oh, that's fair. So, yes, obviously, the quote-unquote bad guy in this is a woman named Cindy. She is essentially trying to increase her popularity with a love potion.
She's Cinderella, isn't she?
No.
Okay, that would have been a cool twist. But...
No, that's a Rick and Morty episode.
True.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, she's using a love potion to essentially form a kind of cult that just worships her.
I feel like there are easier
But-
ways to start a cult than to have to brew a love potion, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's
right.
True.
It's not really a cult, it's more just a large group of people that obsess over her.
Yeah,
So,
Carl.
yeah, cult.
So she basically...
Not quite. Because, like, they don't have any
So
weird
basically-
religious beliefs, they're just obsessed with this woman.
So what you're saying is she basically wants to recreate The Bachelorette, but somehow even more rigged than it already is.
For obvious reasons, I do not watch that show, because I don't watch trashy reality shows.
Well, it'd be more like The Bachelorette if they kept on adding more and more contestants instead of picking them off.
Yeah.
True.
Fair enough.
That'd be a very bad...
Yeah, it'd be like they just keep on adding more rows and inviting more people.
Eventually you get, like, you know, a population of an entire town just...
Yeah.
At that point, she just becomes a gamer girl, let's be honest.
Really?
Once the audience just grows large enough, you just have to be... Yeah, okay, I now realize I am talking to the wrong people in the room for this conversation.
You
That's-
mean like
Like a
Switch?
Twitch
A Twitch
streamer?
streamer, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Having literally, like, hundreds of thousands of people, like, all fawning over you at the same time.
That sounds terrible.
I'm assuming she also gets money out of them. Is that, like, the main reason?
No, it's just because...
She wants to relive her high school dream days.
Also no.
That's a surprise.
It's because she's an insecure loner who's a little bit weird and just had no friends.
Aw.
That's
It is kind of sad.
Yeah,
that's more depressing than I thought. It
I'm
would
guessing she's
Sorry.
never. I'm guessing she's never read any fable whatsoever surrounding a love potion. To if she doesn't realize that's a bad idea, but
Yeah, love
Or-
potions never end well.
be. Or she's just desperate.
I
Desperate
feel like
people
she's
will
just
do-
she is just desperate.
Desperate people will do stupid things.
Also, we eventually find out at the end who exactly gave her this love potion.
Was it the God of Chaos?
It was!
Figured as much.
it's always the god of chaos.
No, it's not.
No one suspects the god of chaos.
In season 3, it's usually the God of Chaos. That's the point.
Aw.
he was making a Spanish Inquisition.
I know, and I am being annoying by stopping it from happening.
I mean, what would be really funny is if RPEP accident or APEP,
APEP.
however you pronounce it, if APEP accidentally also takes the love potion. That would have been a cool
Being
one.
a god, I have my doubts on it working on him.
Consider.
I mean, also the fact that he's the one that made it. But,
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the final my favourite of the final season. It's called The Silver Screen. Basically, Flynn and Eve get pulled into an old school detective noir film, and they need to figure out how to get them out.
Right, okay.
So, the idea is Eve and what's his name is trying to solve a murder, or prevent themselves from getting murdered.
Well, he's playing a detective.
Okay.
And it is kind of funny to watch them freak out at first, just like, oh my god, where are we? What happened? And because it's a detective noir film, at one point, Flynn literally says, will someone please stop playing that saxophone? So yeah, the thing I really like about this show is, like, first of all, Cassandra, Jacob, and Ezekiel have a really dumb idea for how to get them out, which is to go in after them. It
Yeah.
doesn't work, and we end up going through a couple of classic film genres. They get pulled into a country, they get pulled into an old school sci-fi. The really funny thing there is, because they start at the country, at the western, and then go to the sci-fi, when they make the transition,
They're still wearing cowboy clothes?
Jacob is. The others have swapped to this weird alien get-up, and yeah, it's hilarious that only Jacob's still in his western outfit. Because he really gives off the cowboy vibe.
And he feels incredibly out of place there.
He really does, but like, I don't know what it is about his character, but like, it doesn't matter what he's wearing, he always gives off that cowboy vibe.
Okay.
But yeah, another thing I really like about this episode is, they do eventually figure out that in order to get out, they need to play through the film, like, play the roles they've been given. Interesting thing is, this is a film that Eve really likes, so she thinks she knows what they need to do. Problem is, it turns out that they need to follow the original screenplay, which was altered into the film that they saw. So they have to actually figure out what happened. So they have to actually do detective work.
And then do some detective work to figure out what exactly...
Yeah, what the story was originally meant to be.
So what the director's original intention was, not what the final edit was.
Not quite. It's more like, it was originally written by one person. I believe it was a African American woman, and it was then taken and rewritten by a white guy.
Oh.
Who then recontextualized a lot of the overarching points
I assume so, yes.
and removed a lot of the soul of it.
But yeah, the ending is actually quite touching.
How does it... Well, are you allowed to spoil how it ends, or...?
Yeah, why not? Basically, it turns out the original intention of the writer, because, like, the African American woman had a daughter with the white guy, I believe.
Oh.
So, and they were separated. So the point of the script was like trying to reach out to her daughter. So they end up reconnecting in real life, which is nice.
Okay.
It's very sweet.
As in, like, so the dad writes the movie script to try and get back in touch with his daughter.
No, the mum does.
And then the father rewrites it and removes it with that intention.
I believe so. Yes.
So he was just being petty over a rough breakup, basically.
Possibly, I don't know because the dad's dead.
Huh.
Oh.
Then probably.
I don't know, but it all works out in the end, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay, guys.
And yeah, that's pretty much all of my notes. So does anyone have any questions?
Not that I can think of.
I've kind of asked most of the questions that I had.
That's true.
Well, it's like a lot of the plots just kind of sound like they're gonna make more sense in context than
Yes.
out of context. So
A lot of the stuff really does need context.
it's like I don't know what I can ask without it going into a longer tangent.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think of other episodes.
With the overarching... so, if someone was to watch this from the start, what would be the point that you would tell them to end it? To stop watching?
I would recommend watching the whole series at least once. Like, I do watch all the series, there's just a couple of episodes that I skip.
What episodes would they be?
There's an episode in season 2 where they get stuck in this, like... Technically, it's a video game, but it takes them a while to figure out that they're in a video game, so they're essentially just stuck in a time loop.
Oh, because they finish the game.
No, they don't finish the game, they just keep dying.
I keep on dying. So they
And,
think it's
like, this is my personal preference, I don't like time loops. They drive me nuts.
I like a few time loops.
It depends on how they're done, but as a general rule, I find them annoying. Because you're just going over and over and over again, and only one person knows what's happening.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, wouldn't all of them know what's happening, though?
Nope! Ezekiel was the first person through the door, so he is the player. He is the only one who's aware of what's happening.
Oh, I see.
And everyone else is just, like... sorry, he's the only one who's going through the time loop and knows what's going on, and everyone else is just...
An
like,
NPC?
He is, yeah, pretty much, yeah. He refers to it as an escort mission,
Oh, okay.
which
Those are
anyone who's
suddenly
played a
understand
video...
his pain.
Yeah,
pain.
by the end of it, he kinda loses it.
As everyone does when playing an escort mission.
Yeah.
Especially a particular branch of video games escort missions.
Yeah, it's kind of like a zombie escort mission.
Oh no, those are the worst.
Because they're not quite zombies, but they're like a horde of rage-filled monsters, and they have to get past them, and it's super fucking frustrating. Like, I kind of avoid these kinds of games like the plague for this precise reason.
Why? Because the pathfinding of the AI are terrible?
They're just super frustrating, and I play video games to relax.
Gee.
Oh, there is another really good episode in season 2 that involves Dorian Gray. Does anyone know who Dorian Gray is?
No.
Okay. Who wrote that book? Was it like Oscar Wilde or some shit? The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Ringing any bells?
Vaguely.
Basically, has a portrait of himself and essentially makes it immortal. Like, everything he does, drugs, alcohol, it gets transferred to the painting.
Oh. Okay.
In this episode...
I remember a specific adaptation of him. I didn't realise it was an actual, like, legend, but...
It's a book.
Yeah, I was about to say it's...
It's not a legend.
Right.
But basically, in this episode, he makes a modern version of his portrait. He makes like almost like a collage, because he opens like a nightclub, and makes a collage of himself out of the people who go into his club, so everything he does gets transferred onto them.
Oh, onto the people who enter the
So
club.
yes, people who don't drink alcohol end up getting drunk. People who don't do drugs get overdoses.
Huh.
He stands in front of a car and someone else flies backwards.
Oh, wow. So, he very much has a hard... So basically, he just has unlimited lives as long as people keep on entering his club.
Pretty much. And because they're in... I believe they're in London, so lots of people are going in there.
Mm.
Okay, that
People
sounds...
stop going in as soon as, like, you know, someone magically gets OD'd who has never done drugs.
No one notices.
Well, here's the thing. If you suddenly, like, had a club where suddenly people were getting injured out of nowhere, and it was everyone who went into that club, people would want to go to find out. It's like, they're like,
Yeah.
that sounds made up.
That
Also-
would be an urban legend, yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out, you'd be surprised what people overlook these days.
You'd also be
Right.
surprised how observant people are.
Not very. In this day and age, not very.
I mean, to be fair, like, is this like a nightclub type place that people
Yes.
go? Yeah, okay, I don't think many people will be paying attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they are not.
I'm gonna be honest. The power... Okay, so... That weird power, so... That's actually... I'm not sure whether it was intentional or not. When did this series come out? Like, when did it first...
Now I'm doing Googling,
Fair
In
enough.
Memento.
because I don't remember, damn it!
Is it like a fairly old one, like from the early 2010s, or...
Give me a minute.
Probably 2010s, would be my guess.
Yeah, it says 2014. 2014 to 2018, there we go.
Yeah, okay. Because...
So,
Yeah, 'cause so-
not super old, but not exactly new either.
Yeah, okay, so that modern version of Dorian Gray, like, that version of his powers instantly reminds me of a certain anime character that would have gotten very popular around that time as well.
Which
Or
is?
maybe a bit later, I'm not sure. Okay, don't laugh at the title. There's an anime called Chainsaw Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Chainsaw Man.
And there's a specific character, a woman who's like the leader of this secret government organization. It'll take a lot more time than we have to explain the whole plot.
Okay.
Basically, her ability is to automatically deflect anything negative, specifically injuries that would happen to her just on a random citizen in the city.
Well, that's not very
Well,
nice.
not random. She can also
No,
choose.
She can, but there's a process behind it, and she needs prep time to do that. Like, she has like a personal division of like bodyguards that accompany her on missions, and she like specifically uses her magic to make it so that she can purposely direct the injuries onto one of them.
Like the eucalyptus leaves in Round the Twist?
Yes, a little bit.
Kinda, yeah, but if she's caught unawares, then it will just be someone completely random. Like, she can't control it.
Like the eucalyptus leaves in Round the Twist.
Oh, yeah, I think...
I was gonna say, do we all know what that is, or do I need to explain it? I feel
It's
like
been
I
a long
should
time since
explain
It's been
it.
a very long time since I last witnessed
And
Random
we're
Twist.
making a bold assumption that a lot of people have seen that show.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I should explain just for the people listening. There is an episode in an Australian 90s show called Round the Twist where there was this magical tree, and if you played a certain tune on the leaves, then any injury you had would be transferred to whoever was listening.
But the
Was
thing,
listening, yeah.
but the thing
Yes.
is, her powers are completely either targeted to specific people, not based on basically her ability to be able to focus on that person.
Fair enough.
She has to so basically, like, in 99% of cases, her power is completely random and it's just she can't control who the injury deflects to. If she wants to specifically control who the injury is deflected at, she basically has to like personally make like an Ursula style contract with them, like each of them.
Interesting.
And it forms like a permanent connection with her. But yeah, it's really weird how her powers work, but yeah.
Yeah, there's also an episode in season 3 where
Are we going back to the...
yeah, we're going back to Librarians.
Okay.
Where they have to... well, they end up getting trapped in a magically constructed hotel full of frost giants.
Okay, when we're talking frost giants,
Norse frost giants,
Okay.
like Loki.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that.
That's an interesting day.
How big is this hotel?
It's a decent size, but, like, the frost giants made it. There's also vampires.
Are they from a specific folklore, or are they just like stereotypical vampires?
They're stereotypical vampires. Right. Although, they're done in an episode that's kind of interesting, because, like, the vampires that they're dealing with, they run, like, a holistic spa.
Okay.
And there's some sort of... like, apparently, the way the land formed is, like, meteorites slammed in there ages ago formed this lake thing, and the fragments of the meteorite essentially make a vampire sunscreen.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Does it also protect them against holy water?
Not tested.
Does it protect them? I doubt it protects them against stakes, but...
It didn't yet protect them against beheading. So I think it's just the sunlight.
Huh.
But that was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of season 4, you also see what happens when the library doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially the Dark Ages.
As in, all magic and technology ceases to work?
Oh, it's more like it ceases to exist. Like, everything just goes grey.
So as in like all of like the entirety of Earth
It's
just
like-
becomes a void?
No, it's more like human knowledge becomes limited.
So, I mean, does that also mean all the librarians?
Lose all their expertise?
Technically, no. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it because that is major spoilers.
And also very complicated, I'm assuming.
Incredibly.
So I don't think we have time for that.
How long have we been recording?
A long time. Almost an hour and a half.
Oh, we've been talking longer than I thought we had.
Doing pretty well for our standards, yeah.
I mean, we usually manage about an hour. Mind you, we started recording...
Slightly earlier than usual.
well, earlier than we probably should have.
Well, later.
And should you really be chewing gum, mate?
I like the stimulation.
Okay. Just as long as you're able to cut out the sound of you chewing. You're doing that just to annoy me, aren't you?
Yes, he is.
So far, I haven't been able to hear it on the mic, but we'll find out when I listen back.
Okay. So, final questions.
Everyone's just...
Does... not Lancelot. What was his name?
Galahad?
Galahad. Is Galahad still alive at the end of the series?
Yes.
Okay. So he doesn't lose his immortality and make a noble sacrifice or anything like that.
He does, but he comes back at the end.
What? That's so predictable.
Yeah.
It's always the immortal one who goes, I will sacrifice myself for the greater good.
Yes. He sacrifices his immortality in season 4, eventually ends up getting killed, but then there's like a reset button and he comes back anyway.
Huh.
Huh.
But yes. Yes, he does.
Cool. Alright.
Anything else?
None from me.
You sure?
I think he has questions, but thinks it would take too long to get through with them all.
Well, it's just more like I just don't know what to ask.
Okay, fair enough. Switch, anything? Aside from aside.
It's just like I could hear the breath in the mic. I was like,
That's why I felt the need to comment.
I mean, are there any other aspects of mythology it covers that you haven't mentioned? Or
It seems mostly to focus on
Season 1 has dragons.
like European dragons or Chinese dragons.
Both.
Huh. Is there an explanation for why they seem to pop out in and out of reality?
No, they just exist.
Okay.
Apparently they spend most of their time sleeping, which is why most people don't know they exist.
Ah.
Trying to think of what else there is. Ooh, we meet Morgan Le Fay.
is Morgan a fae?
That was atrocious.
I mean, it's
How
kind of
dare
funny
you.
you mentioned that, because I'm pretty sure in some versions of the legend she actually is part fairy. But
As far as I know, not in this instance, but it's not really brought up.
yeah.
Okay. Should we now ask the ultimate question?
I don't know, is everyone else done with theirs?
I reckon so.
I'm guessing none of the other Arthurian characters pop up outside of Lancelot and...
We have
Arthur.
Lancelot, Galahad, and Morgan Le Fay.
But not Merlin? That seems unusual.
No. No Arthur either.
Huh.
You get his sword though, so.
Yes, we do get his sword.
a barking sword.
We get the barking sword, yes.
I
You're
fe-
really stuck up on that, aren't you?
It feels like I've gone barking mad.
I really want to throw something at you now. You're lucky there's nothing within reach.
Yeah.
That's not delicate, you mean? Yeah.
Well, it's not either delicate or would cause actual pain, which I don't want to do.
So,
I mean, I could throw my mini sewing kit, but I don't really want to do that.
Well, also, if it bursts open, that would be a very bad time.
That's why I don't want to do it. Well, I could throw this chocolate bar that I don't want to eat.
I'll have it.
Yeah, go for it. So, final question. Are any of you likely to watch this show?
You know,
Honestly, for the first time, I actually might check it out. It seems like it's got an interesting concept. But, it does remind me of a lot of other shows that were, on the Sci-Fi Channel back in the day. Namely stuff like, if anyone remembers Eureka or Warehouse 13
Eureka,
No.
right?
or
Nice.
Sanctuary, which is probably the most famous of the bunch. But,
And yet I have not heard of any of them.
Eureka, I've heard of. Sanctuary, I have no idea.
yeah,
None of them. Nope.
Maybe it should
Eureka
come
and Warehouse 13 are actually part of the same franchise. They're just they're sort of, one of them's the spin-off of the other, but I can't remember which one.
Like Doctor Who and Torchwood?
Yeah, kinda.
yeah, maybe you should talk about that as another episode.
Maybe, but I feel like those would definitely be more mainstream than this show.
I'd
have-
say, and yet I've never heard of them, but that's not a good indication of whether or not something is popular.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and especially, I'm not one to talk when I say I've never heard of something, because, even just on YouTube, if it's not Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or a VTuber from Hololive or something, chances are I'm not gonna know who it is.
I've given up
Yeah.
on YouTube. I got sick of all the ads.
Yeah.
But yeah, a friend from high school once described me as, how'd it go again? Living inside a bubble that was in an ivory tower that was in a cave.
That tracks.
Yeah,
That
There
tracks.
was also Under the Ocean.
I mean, I would love to live under the ocean. That sounds awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as it's not deep ocean.
Yes.
Because deep ocean critters are absolutely terrifying.
I am aware.
A basketball-sized fish.
I know.
With a light strapped to its head.
That's not even the creepiest thing down there.
Not even close.
Nope.
It-
So yes, I am fully aware of how creepy those things can get.
Yeah. Everyone talks about it, how building a moon base or a Mars base is going to be our biggest challenge, but what about a Mariana Trench base?
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah,
No,
probably won't be.
I don't think it is. I don't think we are capable of building something that could survive that kind of pressure.
Especially considering, it's
Well,
basic.
not long term, no.
Well, considering, especially, it's basically having half of the entire ocean pressuring down on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
So yes, the animals that live there have specifically evolved to handle that kind of pressure. We have not. We can't do it.
and we haven't found any material that can consistently.
And I don't think we will. I genuinely don't.
And I can't even handle the pressure of writing an episode. So.
Clearly! I don't think any of you can!
You know what, actually, no, you know what's funny, though? Apparently, I believe the most pressure-resistant structure would be like a sphere or a dome, right? Or is it a pyramid? I can't remember. It's one of those.
I honestly don't know. Has that ever been tested?
Spheres are generally highly pressure resistant,
That makes sense.
but
But yeah, I would love to live under the ocean.
Imagine if the secret was literally just building an igloo under there. Because it actually is the right shape to withstand the pressure.
You'd also need
Yeah.
something to keep the water out so that we can breathe.
well, also you'd need a material that's solid yet flexible enough to be able to withstand the pressure and also not shatter from a light tap.
It would also need to be deep enough to not be affected by things like weather and tides.
Yep. Which, no. Just
I mean, if it's at the bottom of the damn trench, I don't think tides are going to be what you're worrying about.
Yeah, but see, we can't build that deep.
No,
That's my
but,
point.
No, but that's
So
what
we
I'm
need
saying.
a middle ground.
Would it be feasible to build just deep enough where the tides aren't a factor and storms and stuff, but
Potentially.
still shallow enough for it not to be?
Aren't there underwater restaurants?
Yes,
but they're not they're pretty shallow.
Yeah, I know. But, it is possible to build underwater.
Yes, it's possible to build underwater, but it has to be,
There's the channel.
Hmm?
The tunnel between England and France.
But the point that I was going to make is that it has to be have enough mass of rock to be able to feasibly build something,
I know.
which we don't really have many examples of that go very deep without reaching incredible heats that would just start melting people.
True.
Anyway, I think we're getting a bit off track again.
We
Yeah.
always get off track!
Sherlock.
Are you gonna go watch The Librarians?
Are you gonna get his name right?
You're gonna have to censor that one. Sorry.
Sherlock, are you gonna watch The Librarians?
I think we've officially hit our walls at this point.
Yeah, I'd consider it.
Midnight? How
Yeah.
about you?
We're not even doing the bit anymore. This is sad.
Well, don't look at me! I asked the question!
The
I
thing
never
is,
said we weren't still doing the bit.
genuinely, it did sound interesting, so I'd be down to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done it.
I have converted people at last! Yes!
You've broken the curse.
It's a complete
Woo!
don't worry, it's a complete coincidence that this happens to be not a book this time, and it's the one we agreed on. But
Well, we've established that you don't like to read, so it's never going to be consensus
Oh,
with
yeah.
a book.
well, obviously it was going to be harder by default for me to be motivated to check the stuff out.
I
but
will find a book that you want to read. I will do it.
there's already a few that I want to read. It's a matter of finding the motivation to actually power through it, though.
Which series are on your list?
Well, the original 3 Dune books are the ones that are on the top of my list.
That's fair.
And what was the other one? I've also got the original Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton, which I only just recently bought, like maybe a couple of months ago. But
You can do it. I believe in you.
and the other one was the Andromeda Strain, which was also by Michael Crichton, funnily enough. But
You might like Scott Aubrey Pleasant.
I've heard some interesting things about that one.
It's literally a living skeleton who is a detective.
Who is the most sarcastic son of a gun?
Oh, he is so sarcastic. And he teams up with... Well, in the first book she's 12, but she does gradually grow up through the series.
A teenage witch who has a fantasy author for an uncle who convinces her to... Or no, who ends up enabling her to meet the skeleton detective.
Pretty much, yeah.
That doesn't convince her, because he dies.
He does.
At the very beginning.
Well, no, I'm saying he's
The book
the reason...
starts with him dying,
He-
but yes, he is the reason they meet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sort of.
Anyway, that's the end of today's episode of Rambling Media.
I feel like you guys are so behind in that series.
Oh, we are behind.
Yeah, we are.
Like, look at all those books in that series.
Yeah, I know.
You are so behind, it's sad.
Okay, I'm not as massively far behind as this one in particular.
Also, you know there's books behind them, right?
Yes, I know. There's about, 13 books in the series at this point?
Once we're finished, I'll get up and count.
Okay, I'm doing the outro. That's the last episode of Rambling Media. No, it's not. It's not the last one. But that's today's episode of Rambling Media.
It can't be the last episode, I have way too many notes.
That's true. Whenever you see us next week, or
Hear
whenever,
from us.
Never. How about next episode? Next episode, we'll talk about something again, and then who knows? Maybe I'll organize these sessions. Who knows? Maybe one of us will do an episode besides Bluejay.
Ha! That's hilarious! That's not gonna happen, is it?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I feel like that's super unlikely.
Yeah, find out next time.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Farewell!
Au revoir.